this is Paul Hasenyager, physical therapist with Active Body Physical Therapy in Southern California, and you're watching Active Body PT TV. So we're sitting in the middle of a global pandemic. We've been all sitting home for 8 weeks, 10 weeks. I've had a number of patients call me and say, man, my back, my legs, my hamstrings, I'm getting sciatic problems. We're binging on Netflix, we're working from home, we're playing the Xbox 360 for hours. So what can you do about that? I'm gonna show you today. So let's first talk about sitting posture. So here's your office chair. Your low back is designed to have a curve in the low back. So once you get down, sitting like a banana, hanging out, texting, binging Netflix, you're putting a lot of strain on the ligaments and discs and muscles of your low back. So here's a quick tip. Roll up a towel roll, make it a couple inches, 2 or 3 inches. It's different for everybody. You gotta kind of play around with it and try to just put that in your lower back and play around with that. Sit up right and up straight, and that helps to support this lumbar lordosis for your lower back. That will take off some tension and help with taking off some pain of your lower back. But you can't just stay seated for hours and hours. You gotta get up, you gotta move around. So my suggestion is every 30, 45 minutes, 60 minutes at max, you gotta get away from that computer, up from that sofa, and do a couple stretches. When we're sitting, we get tight hamstrings. Hamstrings are here, your hip flexors, and then your low back gets tight too. So we want to stretch out our hamstrings, our hip flexors, and our low back. So the first stretch I'm going to show you is a lunge stretch, and that's to loosen up these hip flexors. And there's a couple ways to do it. If you're trying to stretch this right side, you're going to stretch forward and lean in like this. Sometimes people, if you can get down on the floor and lean in like this and get this knee behind your hip, so you're getting a nice stretch in there, hold that for about 20 or 30 seconds. Now if that's too hard on the knees, or you have a hard time getting up and down from the floor, you can use a box or maybe a chair that does not roll. Put your foot up on there, 1 foot behind, and lean in. So this knee is behind your hip and you're getting a nice gentle stretch like that. Hold for 20 or 30 seconds. Obviously do both legs, all right? So that's a lunge stretch. Next one is gonna be for your hamstrings. Your hamstrings go from the back of your knee, clear up to your pelvis, and they affect your lower back. So there's a couple ways to do hamstring stretches. I like to use a strap. You can use a dog leash, long beach towel, piece of rope, whatever you got. You can lay down. If you lay down on the floor, it's great. I mean, I got this treatment table, so I'm kind of lucky. We're gonna wrap this around our foot and keep the other leg straight. Keeping your knee straight, you're just gonna lift that up as high as you can comfortably manage. You're gonna feel it kind of warm, back of your leg. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath, and I'm turning purple. And let's count to about 20 to 30 seconds, and then let it down, and then maybe do it again. So twice on each leg, be a good idea. Another way, if you don't have this, is if you can sit on something like this, but you gotta keep your back real straight and kind of push your chest out towards your toes. So you don't wanna be doing this, you wanna be doing this and feeling that same stretch here in your hamstrings. So that's your hamstring stretch. The last one I'm gonna show you is for your lower back. You can do this 2 ways. You can lay down and maybe just prop yourself up like this on the floor, depending on how your back feels. If you're having a lot of pain doing that, maybe just lay like this, but you wanna get your back into what we call extension. So you're gonna hold that, breathing there for about a minute, maybe 2. If that's easy, prop yourself up on your elbows and maybe hold that for a minute or 2. If that's even easy, we're gonna do some extensions like this. And just easy, hold for 5 seconds and back down. Maybe do about 10 of those. And that's gonna reverse that curve that we have, that we're sitting always in a flexed position with tension in our back. Now you can't always lay down on your office floor, so the other way to do it is get up off that office chair, stand up, your hands are gonna go kind of on your hips, and just do this. Back bend, gently. You're not trying to do a backflip or anything, just easy, and maybe do about 10 of those. So take breaks, do those every 30 to 45 minutes. Hope that helps. If you like the video, remember to subscribe, leave a comment below if there's certain topics you'd like to see in the future. We'd love to address those. And remember, we want to be the terminators of your pain. Thanks for watching.